Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Campus Care Ed Talks. Campus Care Ed Talks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints on topics related to education and society. Today, we have with us someone who's earned numerous prestigious awards for Most Dynamic Lady Entrepreneur, Women Icon, Best Planning Award, Rashtriya Ratan Award, Shiksha Samman, and several others. She is among the top 50 women of India of education industry. She is highly qualified educationalist with hands-on expertise in counseling, training and development of teaching faculty and organizational development. She believes to be an articulate communicator and majorly contributes to the development of education. She is Mrs. Naine Chore, principal of Mount Litra Z School, Bhind. And hailing from Mumbai since last 2 years, she has been giving her best to the small town in Bhind. Today, she will be sharing her insightful knowledge on understanding and adopting different learning styles for effective teaching. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm really overwhelmed by the warm welcome and very good afternoon to all present who are watching us, you yourself, and let's see that what takeaway we will be able to deliver in this precious time that we are going to speak now.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much. We are really grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm might as well honored.
Absolutely, ma'am. To start off with the session, ma'am, I would like to address the very first thing that we would like to, learn from you is as a teacher, how do you adapt and make use of different technology or different learning styles as a teaching tool?
Okay. So this question is related to actually NEP 2020, which has been enforcing us to change our teaching techniques and adopt 21st century skills. So we always come across the term 21st century, or we come across the term competency based skills. So, what exactly is competency based skill? We might very well not know the fact deeply. So, competency is nothing but the art in a teacher, the skill to handle many students together. So, for that, she has to have content knowledge. She has to have the leadership in her, the handling the different situations and management of various circumstances. So with this is actually competency based, and we have incorporated now, our NEP has incorporated in all the schools. So first and foremost, if you ask me about learning style, I guess the rote learning, the rigorous, the traditional method that we normally have grown up with has become outdated, and we have added this to our curriculum so that the children will be updated with the context actually. Because what happens normally, the teachers in the race to complete the portion, they're obsessive to complete English, Hindi, science, math, whatever. So in this race, they miss out the most important thing, and that is the context. So the child evolves, but the intellect doesn't. So if the child has to come up in life and to succeed in life, he has to know how to apply the teaching taught in the school. So the assessment format is structured now. It is changed right from the pre-primary. It is gone onto the next level. So if you ask me about what techniques that we are using, so I guess everybody will agree with me that competency based is a one part. Then it comes to different learning styles. Will be one is kinesthetic, and that then there is tactile, then there is audio visual, and then there is auditory. There is these different techniques which the obsolete our traditional classrooms had, like the teacher walking in the class and just giving a lecture, and she would only have students who are listening to her. So that was a different format altogether. Now it is give and take, and now the format will be, it will not be only authoritative, but rather it will be a blended version whereby there will be an give and take. So I guess I've answered your question, and it was a beautiful thing to start with. It really touches my heart when I talk on this new structured, and for that, I guess the teachers have to be well equipped with all this, and they have to be updated. And it's a high time now that they have to come out with the techniques that they used to have. They have to be having structured lesson plans now into their hands, whereby they should know those 40 minutes how I'm going to deliver my best to the students.
Absolutely, ma'am. Bringing on to another thing, like you've clearly said that you have to change the different styles. So, do you think different teaching styles can be blended to be the most effective?
Holistic development is another term which we normally use, but what is exactly holistic? We do use these terms, but many of us actually don't indulge into knowing much about it. So for me, whenever I guide my teachers, or whenever I give my talk shows, it's like I always say that academic achievement is not the ultimate. For a teacher to succeed as a teacher, these standard tests are just secondary. But you have to prepare the child actually to solve the worldwide problems, to analyze, to apply, to use critical thinking. So when you blend all these styles that I had explained above, then the child will be updated with the content and he will not miss it. So the child will be in the when we go through such a rigorous practices in the classrooms. So teachers, when they have their own lesson plans, then they know minutely actually, because each child that walks in the class is a different child with different roll numbers. The child is unique with different thinking capacity, coming from a different background. His mental status every day will be different. It is the need of the teacher to identify individually each child's challenges, and accordingly, with greater transparency, I feel the teacher should take ahead the class. So if she blends everything and brings together one, then I think it will be effective class whereby the child will take something home positively.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, ma'am, what do you think in terms of how can you understand the difference between learning styles of student in your class?
Now, as I mentioned, that each child is different. Now, creating awareness, creating a holistic development or environment in the school is very important. But even I go ahead and I will say that it is not only related to school, but also from home rather. So why the parenting workshops are taken care of? Because of this, that at home also the parents have certain responsibilities, because what we see now, due to the difference in the era, like children have become their mindset has become very different. The important religion that has to be taught to the child is gratitude, and that has to begin from home. Now, I am talking irrelevant to the question, but my answer lies in that only, that if you teach your child gratitude from home for small, small things, the parents, they do so much sometimes and they cannot open up. But the child feels that, well, it is your duty. So, what I feel is creating safe communication from home, and then it is carried to the school, is also important. So when you say that how can teachers understand the different learning styles of students in the class, that is your question. For that, first of all, the teacher has to understand from what background the child is hailing in the class, what mindset the child is having. Moreover, you will notice that there are many children who are having fixed mindset. They are not adaptable at all. That is the new genre problem, I will say, that they are not very much flexible, which is very necessary for a child. He may come from a background where they are having you say, not a peaceful environment at home. So that child will be very disturbed and distracted. Then you have to follow ARCS model of instructional changes in this. Now, what is ARCS? It is attention. Okay. Then it is relevance, it is confidence, and it is satisfaction. So very important for us is to give attention to each child mindset, and then only you can go to some relevance. You can give some relevant theory, and then the child will be created confidence, and that's how you will get satisfaction as a teacher. So this model has to be applied, I feel, to all the schools. Moreover, what is noticed is children don't want to grow. They don't like if you criticize them. They fall into the peer groups. They like to imitate their friends. Mostly, I'm talking about the higher classes, higher sections. So they want to, they don't come out of their visual world. Like when we were small, when our school left, we were out of the campus and we were disconnected with our friends and with our teachers. Today's generation is completely connected for all the time till again the next day go to school. So this is itself, again a challenge. So today's teacher, she has very big challenges, many challenges she has to identify these students with a different mindset, and to give all remedies to the different, because some students are coming from grieving families. So you have to get to know your students. You have to make yourself role model actually to the students. Use examples very freely so that the students like to copy you, and place appropriate importance on testing them, assessments, regular assessments, and make it so proactive, or make them indulge, make them involved in everything. I guess these all the things will actually identify each problem, and the teacher will be successfully winning over her target. And the target is not only to come out with blazing colors or to bring success with those limited lot, who are exceptional smart, but also with the underperforming students and the non-performing students. So for that you have remedial lessons, remedial classes. And with our Z pattern, we have a lot of trainings actually with all this, which is given through our seniors, and that is delegated to us. So it is structured, I feel. And so these activities will help us also to grow relationships anyhow, because our target should be not only to raise students for the school, but as a community, as a good human. So when I told gratitude means it is responsibility, purposely I'm using and repeating this sentence again. Gratitude should be a religion, my dear parents, at home and in the school with the teachers. She should not spare a chance to teach her child to be thankful enough, so that they understand the importance of small pleasures and don't go behind materialistic life. That is what is the answer to this. I spoke irrelevant, but it was important.
No worries, ma'am. Everything is relevant when we talk about kids and students and how do we teach them in whichever way possible. So, ma'am, has it become customary to adapt a different learning style?
It is not customary. It depends on everybody's goal, that what they want to achieve from their institution. Okay, because each child, as I told you, each child is different. They are unique, and they are all talented. Now it is up to us to figure out where the talent lies, and that is actually the role of the teacher. She is the mediator between the parent and the child. She is the one who assesses. She is the one who is majority of the time with the child. So I think the question starts there. Moreover, the students should not just compete with each other. They should be taught to individually live their life, not to have a rat race, unnecessary rat race. Moreover, the story of the hare and the tortoise, then slow and steady wins the race, is become outdated now. Now it is fast and furious. So you have to also balance your teaching in such a way that when at one time you're teaching them to be helping them with the time management, stress management, anger management, at the same time you also have to make them understand that you have to be fast and quick in taking certain decisions, not be confused overall. So you should be very precise and very quick because the world is going there. And then if I talk about a country, like we educators, we take us very lightly. Like when myself, if you talk about me, if anybody comes and tells me, Naina, you're doing a very wonderful job, I don't feel much about me. I don't feel great. I take myself very lightly, and I will, all the principals and the teachers will agree. We do not make a fuss about ourselves, but I think we have to really seriously sometimes think that, yes, we are developing future country, future India. And this country, the title that it holds, still it holds that it is developing. Let's make it developed. And that can come only from the education sector. So when we take into consideration that we have to make these students global citizens, we have to make them future ready. We have to make them aware of capacity building, outshine in the world of machines. So this is the teacher's job to cultivate this thing, skilled based thinking. Not underestimate anybody, not any student, or not uh, compete with the students. Even the parents, they mostly compete with the peer group and they say you are very slow. I think nobody is slow or fast. You cannot go by the academic marks till grade 10. Everything happens only after you get a degree and you get through. So for me, I feel every school should encourage growth mindset. Start taking the children out in the garden rather than showing them sky from the windows. Create students who will be the craftsmen for their lives. Teaching is a beautiful art and you should enjoy it. So every school should create an ecosystem of learning. That's it. Do not be confined to books. Teach beyond books. That is what I will say when you ask this question.
Absolutely, ma'am. It is just like, nowadays it's not just the, like you said, rote learning. It is how experiential learning is taking place, wherein you're talking about not just the books, not just what just written in the books on how you deal with it. It is like everything around us. So, like you said, it's a fast-paced world wherein you have to compete each and every day with something or the other, and that's how you're learning also. So, it is a smart way of learning, I feel, wherein you have this maybe an advantage wherein we are into the technology wherein everything is rightly and quickly available to you without even wasting your time. So it's just a click away, everything is just a click away. And yes, of course, we have to, I mean, all the teachers and principals, really need to have that thing in your head ki, yes, you are the ones who are changing the face of the nation. So you are the ones who are changing the way the people are thinking and how they are taking things. So we should give that credit to you, and why not, when it is the initial years when we have to understand where is it coming from. So absolutely, ma'am. So the takeaway of the session would be that you have to be that quick and you have to be that prompt in order to adapt and have that flexibility of the changing world. With this note, ma'am, can we have any concluding lines from your end?
You want concluding lines? Yeah, I will say that be persistent. Okay, I will say be persistent with consistence. So
Absolutely.
that will be my say today, that you have to, that each parent has to understand that he has to be like a friend to his or her child, and the teacher has to also be very cordial relation. And I think that is the need of the hour. And I really enjoyed today talking with you. You are exceptionally good, and thank you so much for inviting me for this radio show.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, so the like you said that you have to be persistent with your consistency. That is what we'll be ending the session with. Thank you so very much, Nana ma'am. It was great having you. I mean, a fruitful session wherein you have hands-on experience as well as you have your own personalized way of telling people and giving a message wherein you have to tell, you have to make people understand, you have to make the parents understand the way gratitude works, the way how you consistency and with the perseverance of being persistent to whatever you want and achieve in your life has to be there. So again, a very warm thank you and a very warm way of telling everybody that how things are to be done. Thank you, Nana ma'am. It was great and our pleasure having you here. Looking forward to much more sessions with great topics like these, wherein we would like to have a more interaction with you. So
I
it was
will.
it was great having you, ma'am. So with this
Stay
note,
blessed.
thank you, ma'am. Uh,
Stay blessed. God bless. And this team is rocking always. I'm really happy to be part of you. God bless everyone. And my message to you all is just keep working. You all are doing a wonderful show. And that's what. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. With this note, I, Sakshi, host of the evening, would like to sign off. A very great evening to all of you.